I'm going to tell you about all the known and the hidden costs of a fix and flip deal. There are 9 important numbers every investor must be aware of. Intro. Hi everyone, I'm Lady from Lady and Jackhammer, and today we are going to discuss all the known and the hidden costs of a flip deal. I will talk about purchase price, closing costs, repairs, ARV, closing costs at selling, holding costs, finance costs, and a few more hidden expenses that no one talks about. And too bad no one told me when I was starting out. Yes. So, let's do it. Number 1. Purchase price. This is the amount you are going to pay for the house. Only for the house. Nothing else. This is what you have offered on that property. Number 2. Inspection. In case you choose to have an inspection, which I recommend, the cost will be $300 to $500, but it really depends on the area that you work it, and unless you decide to have a fancier inspection which costs more and has many extra other features to it. But usually a basic home inspection, at least I know it from Ohio, Indiana and Florida, it usually costs me between $300 and $500. Number 3. Closing costs. Every real estate transaction has closing costs. When you buy real estate and when you sell real estate. Now I'm talking about the closing costs you pay when you buy a property, which is usually less than the cost you will pay when you sell a property. At this stage, the payment is mostly the fees to the title company. Now, if you decide to use a lawyer in this transaction, of course, you will have this expense as well. By the way, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome information about real estate. You can also like this video if you want. Now, let's move on to number 4. Number 4. Estimated repairs. You had a few contractors visit the house and give you an estimate for repairs, and you chose to work with one of them. So take his estimate and slap another 12 to 15 to maybe 17% on top of it and hope for the best. Number 5. Closing costs at selling. I have mentioned already that closing costs while selling are different from closing costs while buying. This time, your closing costs will include title search, title insurance, lien search, stamps, and closing fees to the title company. Another thing that you must consider is agent commission, which is usually 6 to 7%, and the seller is the one that pays this 6%. 3% goes to the listing agent, and the other 3% go to the buyer agent. Some counties will also require a survey to be done. Let's say I had a property in Jacksonville, Florida, and when I was selling there, Duval County was making to do a survey, and it cost me another $250. Number 6. ARV. ARV is after repair value. I actually talk a lot about ARV in my videos because this is such an important term and we use it all the time when we analyze and talk about real estate. So if you watch my videos, you probably heard it a few times, and I think you're gonna hear it a few times more. But still, for whoever is here for the first time, I will still say it. It is the market value of a house that has been through rehab in that particular area. Investors determine ARV by using comps or CMA. It's actually 2 names for the same thing, which is a list of sold houses in that same area. But not every house on that list is a good comp because you must compare apples to apples, meaning similar houses. So there is a separate video that explains ARV and comps right here. Number 7. Holding costs. There's a tendency to overlook the holding costs while calculating numbers on a flip deal. But it's just wrong, okay? It's just wrong to ignore it. Because while you're holding the property, you actually have a lot to pay for. And this is exactly what you're paying for while you're holding your property. Utilities, property tax, builder's insurance, HOA fees, if there is HOA in that area, landscape maintenance, security system. If you want to be extra careful, I mean, I invest in Indie, so I like to use a security system. And of course, the monthly interest in case you're using finance. Number 8. Finance costs. This includes the points, aka down payment that you pay to the lender. Then there are fees like origination fee and of course the monthly interest I've mentioned in holding costs. Number 9. And now we're going to talk about the costs that no one really talks about. So when selling, sometimes, actually quite a lot, you will be asked to pay for home warranty for the new buyer, which is around $500 a year. They will write it in a purchase agreement. You can agree, you don't have to agree, but still, if you agree to it, it's $500 that you need to give them for the home warranty. Also, there's a good chance the buyer will ask for a donation towards their closing costs. And there might be some repairs after buyer's inspection. Okay, so we have another 3 hidden costs, which is the funds for the home warranty. Then if they ask for donations toward the closing costs, sometimes they can ask for $4,000, sometimes they can ask for $2,000. It is negotiable. And they do a buyer's inspection and might come up with different item and repairs that as a seller, you will decide if you want to do it or if you don't want to do it and then maybe not sell. And there's one more, but it's very, very, very important expense and it is called staging. I really recommend it. This usually costs me $1,200 for 3 months and it's really, really, really worth it because look at the difference. This is without staging. And this is with staging. Thank you so much for watching till the end. And if you like this info, then please make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. Also, you can like and write a comment about this video and I will answer all your questions. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.